Well, just like that, the hype for one of the biggest fights this year has been tainted because Conor benn has tested positive for a substance that increases testosterone. And before I'm going to rag on Conor benn and I'm going to trash on him, I just want to say that they are still waiting for the B sample, meaning that there's no violation rule. And Mr. benn has not been charged with any violation rule. He is not suspended and he remains free to fight. That's the official statement they released. And so basically, the first sample, he tested positive, and they asked Chris Eubank Jr. if he still wants to fight, and he still wants to fight. And they asked the commission if the fight can still go on. It can still go on. So if he tests, from what I think, if he tests positive again in the B sample, I think the fight is most likely going to be canceled. But this is boxing. We know the sport we love is very corrupt, and the fight will probably still go on. And what is Conor benn doing with his career? His career basically just started. He's, in terms of boxing, he's a baby in boxing. This was going to be he's already a kind of a star, but if he beat Eubank Jr., he was going to be a full-on star, and he just ruined everything. It's all ruined now. Basically, I had Eubank Jr. by decision, but I really hope he finishes Conor benn because this guy's just a cheater now. And there shouldn't be any room for cheaters in the sport, but it seems like there is because they're not canceling the fight. And a part of me doesn't want the fight to be canceled, but another part of me does because it just makes our sport look bad. Like, you can cheat and still get the fight, still get your payday, and no violation rule. They better put a violation rule, and Chris Eubank Jr. better get the rehydration clause removed. If you don't know what a rehydration clause is, even after Chris Eubank Jr. makes weight, I think the weight is 157. Even if he makes 157, he still has to be within a 4-pound limit, meaning that he can't get too big. And on fight day, he's going to weigh in again. That's what a rehydration clause is. And rehydration clause, they're dangerous. And if benn is juiced up to the grills, he could actually seriously permanently harm Eubank Jr. if benn gets a knockout victory. This whole situation is just so mind-numbingly stupid. How could Eddie Hearn just defend benn like this? He shouldn't. Eddie Hearn, I know Eddie Hearn loves the money. Eddie Hearn's a good promoter. A lot of people rag on him, but I really like Eddie Hearn. I have a lot of respect for him. But in this situation, I have no respect for him. He's defending benn like benn did nothing wrong. Benn tested positive. I know they're still waiting for a B sample, but this just isn't right. This whole situation is whack. Eubank Jr. was already fighting an uphill battle, draining so much weight, and having to still do a rehydration clause. And now he's fighting another uphill battle. Is fighting a fighter using PEDs and who's juiced and cheating to the grills. And this, man, Conor benn totally lost me as a fan. I wasn't a huge fan of his. Like, I'd say I was like a decent amount of fan of his. I didn't really like. I was hyped when he won, but if he lost, I wouldn't have been sad or anything. But this actually sucks, man. It's hard to be a boxing fan. This was one of the biggest fights and one of the best fights we were going to get this year. And I put all the weight cutting and hydration clause aside because, okay, that's part of the sport. It's happened before. But now we're like normalizing drug cheating, basically. This isn't right. Let's hope Eubank Jr. absolutely batters Conor benn. He shows him there's levels. He shows him you just can't cheat and get your way all the time. Hopefully Eubank Jr. finishes him cold and he gets the sweet victory, and the Eubank family owns the benn family for life. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this whole. So I was ready to end the video and edit it and upload it because I'm starting class soon. But news just dropped. The British Board of Boxing have basically said that the fight isn't happening anymore and is canceled. Thank God. So the fight isn't happening, it's canceled. And thank God there is a God. God is real, because if this fight went on, it would have made boxing look like an absolute joke of a sport. But yeah, no fight, which deep down it kind of sucks because I really wanted to see these two warriors fight. Well, one of them is not a warrior anymore. One of them's a drug cheat. But no fight, guys. And thank you guys for watching and have a good day.